Hey guys, this is Sharad with REsimpli. Today I have Atmore King on this call to share his experience using REsimpli. Hey Atmore, welcome to the call, man. How are you?
Hey, Sharad, I appreciate you for having me, man. I'm doing well. Thanks.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you live? What market do you invest in? And what kind of investing do you do?
Sure, yeah. So I'm a broker and investor here out of Atlanta. I use REsimpli for my investment and wholesale, primarily here in the Atlanta market, but we started virtual wholesaling 2021, I want to say. So we're in about 40 markets where we're consistently doing deals in, maybe 5 to 10 of those markets just because of staffing at the moment. Markets ranging from, Atlanta, Detroit, Toledo, Memphis, Nashville, across the Southeast, Texas, over to the South, up to the Midwest. We do a little bit of marketing out west, Cali, Las Vegas, but haven't closed too many deals out there. But the goal is to use REsimpli to, tackle about 50 markets consistently within a year from now or so.
Awesome, man. What's your current
Yeah.
team size?
So right now I just have a couple VAs overseas, and then I'm doing back before I had REsimpli, I didn't think I could, run all the operations on my own. But I have been lately. At our height, we had 4 acquisitions guys, 2 dispo on the back end, a transactions manager, and 5 VAs overseas. It worked really well with REsimpli. I think we had kind of like a personnel, not necessarily problem, but inefficiency, to where getting the right people in the right seats, in our REsimpli would really change the game for any real estate investor, as it did for me, when we switched over, I believe at the beginning of 2022. So
Okay.
right now it's just me and the VAs, like I said, but after we, hit a good patch of some solid deals, we're looking to rescale here in Q3.
Nice. Awesome, man. Good
Yep.
luck with that.
Yeah,
And what are
thanks.
some of the marketing channels you're using in your business right now?
It's mostly like cold call through Ready Mode. Then we'll use a Zapier integration to send it to REsimpli. Launch control for mass text blast. We also do use the advanced dialer in REsimpli just to hit leads that, man, we have so many leads from years and years ago piled up that we've never contacted.
Right.
So it's nice. So it's nice to go in there with the list stacking and see, what factors a certain set of properties may have in common with each other to further narrow down like our target, or say, hey man, I know, I just sold this house. We have leads for the whole street. Like let's follow up there. So, but mainly it's a cold caller or a dialer, and then a mass text blast system. We've done some PPC in the past and kind of got a good Google profile as far as not really for lead generation, but more so for validation, I would say. When we're talking to random people and they're like, who are you guys? And we say, yeah, we're King Trust, look us up. I always felt like, our online presence has helped a lot more with validation, like I said, than lead generation. So it's a lot of outbound at the moment.
Okay.
And that's worked for us for the past few years.
And do you mind sharing how many deals are you doing per month or per year right now?
Yeah, so right now per month we're at about 4 deals a month. We've closed, 15 deals in a month before. It's been a mix of multiple factors, from me being a broker, trying to split my time between brokering huge deals and doing single family deals, and not being focused enough, I think, and using the tools in front of me, especially just in REsimpli alone. It's been a mix of multiple factors that have slowed down our deal process, but I would say even those 4 deals are very simple and hassle-free to kind of get 4 deals closed a month and still
That's
keep
amazing,
up
man.
with, and still juggle a lot of other things. So given we can scale the team out, I don't see why we shouldn't be doing 20 a month, especially with all the markets we're in. We've closed in 40 cities over the past few years. So if we could just get, 1 deal per month per city, or even a half a deal per city per month,
Yeah,
it would be
that's
20.
yeah,
So I think it's a reasonable target just for where I'm at right now.
absolutely. Right. And you said you've been using REsimpli since beginning of 2022, so about two and a half
Yeah, it's
years.
like Yep.
Yeah. What were some specific pain points you were facing before you decided to switch to REsimpli?
I think because I had the acquisitions team in Podio is what I was using prior. Just hand dialing every number alone is already a lot. Having to mix in your real estate contacts with your regular phone, and anytime your phone rings, it could be any one of your leads, or saving their phone numbers on your CRM, then saving them on your phone. That's already a lot. So I like that it had the built-in calls and texts. Another pain point was just not being able to visually represent what stage my a deal is at. Like obviously you could make in any basic CRM, you could have categories for leads and place them there. But just to have REsimpli outline the dispo process and even the wholesale pipeline and seller websites, buyer websites, that will funnel leads. Buyers can submit offers on your website. They'll show up right on the lead, under the dispo tab. It's like truly just seamless. There's so many steps in between all of those processes that we would have to manually take. I personally don't even have my REsimpli fully set up, like and automated, even using the AI or even using drip campaigns. Like not all my leads are on drip, so where I could even use the tools, like I said, that I have in front of me and further optimize. But even what I already do right now, it has just like solved so many problems. It took
Awesome.
about 8 different services that I was paying for and consolidated it into one thing that I'm always on the up and up for new services. Like what's the best platform out there for me to use? And like I've changed services a lot over the years in both my businesses. And I will never, get rid of REsimpli just because I know you guys you guys care about the product. You're working every day to make it better and better. And you're also a real estate investor. Like you're not just a tech guy or whatever it may be, to where what you would like to have in a CRM. So
Yeah.
and then on top of that, not just you, but you're taking everybody's recommendations, all the hundreds of users, thousands of users you have, and really implementing things that we as a community want to see. And that's awesome, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I always tell that all the feedback that we get from our users, I end up benefiting directly in my real estate business. Yeah,
For
so I
sure.
love that. Can you
Awesome.
tell us a little bit about your onboarding process? What was that like for you and your team? And how do you feel about our customer support and resources that are available?
I like the fact that there's the chat, like in the bottom left, bottom right corner
Right.
of any REsimpli page you might be on. I've never waited more than like 5-10 minutes for somebody to get back to me. Even when it comes to really complicated issues, they'll always say, "Hey, we're going to have this resolved for you within 24 hours." Even if the person you're speaking to can't immediately help you with some glitch, it's usually something technical that is wrong with my computer and not REsimpli as a software. So like customer support is top notch. The unlimited onboarding calls, like that's amazing as well, because I don't have to walk each employee that I bring on through every single step. I can say, "Hey, watch these videos on the help page." I may show it to them one time and say, "This is how you call a lead. This is how you
Yep.
sort your leads." It's intuitive enough of a system, good enough of a user interface, and the customer support is there for video calls for anybody on the team. So I think that is awesome. And I really have been in those 2.5 years, I've seen so many changes you guys implemented, and it never threw a cog in like how the system operated or how we as users recall the system operating. It was never like I log into REsimpli and everything's different and I don't know where to go. Like it's always a minor enough change to the interface that you can seamlessly pick it up
Yeah.
and it not slow down your process at all.
Yeah. Thank you, man. How has REsimpli helped you achieve your goals in your investing business?
It helped me achieve my goals because prior to it, I would say my wholesaling business was like my life. That was because I was spending twice, maybe 3 times as much time consolidating information between all these platforms. And obviously, I still use other platforms to like mass market. We don't want to, get any of my REsimpli numbers marked for spam or anything like that. So obviously I still use other platforms on the front end, but once the lead gets to me, like you don't need any other platform. So it's just gave me back a little bit more of my time to work on my brokerage, free time, to do a little investing of my own on the side, to where I don't have to be in front of the computer like all day, every day. And then the
Absolutely.
mobile app has come a long way too, because where it's at now, I could leave town and not bring my laptop if I really wanted to, and get everything done from my
Yeah.
phone, especially with how nice the REsimpli app is now.
Thank you, man. Which
Yeah, for sure.
features of REsimpli do you find most valuable?
I really like buyer email blasts, to
Yeah.
be honest, because like I was paying a lot of money for the amount of contacts that I have, which is almost 250,000 on a buyers list of nationwide buyers. It's so easy for me to go in there. I have my buyers organized by zip codes they bought in. If I get a deal, I'll look for like that zip code and the 10 surrounding, or like the closest ones that would make sense that a buyer might look in that area as well. And sometimes I'll have like 40,000, 20,000 leads, buyer leads, that I need to email this one email to. And I remember I recently had a cap of 10,000 previously. And then along with probably other users, like, hey, it would be great if we can get more. Now there's a cap of 50,000 users per email blast. And it's like that alone is just a huge, tremendous help. I get my emails right back. I can add those people as interested buyers. So I would really say like the wholesale pipeline. Like I said, lead flow, you can configure that, maybe not as well as it's set up for you already in REsimpli, but you can configure that in other CRMs. But when it comes to, I just got a deal under contract, what am I doing now with it? What is the next step? How many people have offered? What are their offers? What are the contingencies? There's like due dates on contingencies and stuff. So it just lets you visualize your process and just keep track of your deals and your deadlines.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, man.
For
What are your
sure.
future goals and how do you see REsimpli playing a role in achieving them?
Well, REsimpli is a cookie cutter process for everybody on your team, which I think is great. So, I mean, ideally, I want to scale my team back up to about 50 people, including the VAs overseas, probably about 20 of those being VAs. What was great about what I had a team of eight or 13, including VAs, a year ago, people could tag each other on a lead and say, hey, this is in your market. You probably overlooked it. Like, call them. This looks like a hot lead. What are you doing? My acquisitions guy could tag the VA and say, hey, I don't think this is the right number. Maybe we had something wrong with our integration on how the lead came through and it sent the wrong number or something. So just the ability for the team to communicate all in one place, to where we don't have to have a Slack, we don't have to have a WhatsApp chat, we don't have to have an iMessage chat. We can just communicate here in REsimpli, and we can see who did what deals. We can I have a market for each state, and a phone number attached to one of the major cities in that state. So geographically, I have acquisitions people do different states, and it's just so you're like, not only your hierarchy of your organization, but just the roles that each person has are just so outlined that once I hire an operations manager and kind of take a little step back, I know they're not even going to be working that hard, at least to manage everybody. There's not a lot of micromanaging needed. You can see what everybody's doing. Everybody has the tools they need to do their job, and it just all flows together. So
Awesome, man. My final question, what would you say to someone who is on the fence about using REsimpli for their wholesaling business?
I would say if price is your objection, then you need to rethink the way that you look at your systems as a CEO of any company. And if price isn't your objection, then you really have no reason to go against getting it. You have no reason to even like think, oh well, I don't need that. Like this is something that you do need. If you're just doing one deal in your spare time and you don't want to pay a bunch, per month, or even, some people won't even buy a dialer or leads, so like a lot of people expect a wholesale without without putting any money up. But if you're somebody that is like, hey, I want to make this a business, or I already have a business and we're trying to expand a little bit, but I'm just missing something, it's probably efficiency, and REsimpli could give you that. So I've always been a huge advocate of you guys. I've led other friends to the water. Sometimes they won't drink the water. I have friends that don't wholesale, and they're fix and flip and buy and hold investors, and they're still scanning pages and faxing them to their
Oh,
tenants and stuff like that. So I mean, some people just don't do well with technology integration change. But yeah, I mean, if you're somebody that is willing to put a couple hours into a learning curve of a new platform, like REsimpli is the best thing that anybody could do for themselves.
awesome, Atmore. Final question. If someone wants to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Just reach out to me. Twitter is easy at Atmore VI, Atmore the six. Email atmore@kingtrust.com. Any questions about REsimpli or real estate in general?
Cool. Awesome, man. Atmore, thank you so much for jumping on the call, man. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it, sure. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Thanks.